How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we have the car from my first video, the Acura Integra, the turboed 400 horsepower one. Pretty soon it'll be making a lot more than that, but we have the owner of the car here, Thomas, and we're just gonna go over like what we've done with the car and what the plans are and what's left on the car. So take it away, Thomas.
Hey guys, my name is Thomas. This is my 99 GSR Integra. It was in the video 2 years ago, I believe now. It's been quite a build, you could say. From the 2 years ago, I've changed up basically everything on the car, from suspension to the entire long block. Even the transmission too. Back then it made 400 horsepower on a LS VTEC motor, which is stock bottom end too, and it was really pushing the car. We ran into some compression issues, so it was really low on compression at the end of the year, and let's see what happened then. It was smoking really bad too. I do remember that. Wasn't too sure if it was my whole set turbo or the motor itself, and the motor did use quite a bit of oil. Like, I never changed the oil because the oil is so fresh.
And the transmission went out in the video too, right? We had a clip of that.
Yeah, yep. Right when I bought the car, I was having synchro issues, so second gear was completely gone. So I would start out in first, and then I'd have to go into second like immediately, and it would just grind. So like anything above 2,000 RPM, and it would just grind. So that was kind of a disappointment. Never really got to enjoy anything that way, like digs wise and stuff like that. But as far as what changed, I have different K-Sport coilovers right now. I did change those. For the wheels and tires, those are going to be the same. The tires are really running low, not like tread life wise, but it has had quite a bit of heat cycles gone through it. I would say it didn't hook at all. Like the first year that I owned the car, it didn't hook, so it definitely needs new tires, which I'll be getting before spring or summertime here. But as far as the motor goes, it is a Golden Eagle sleeved GSR bottom end, 84.5 millimeter. It has Manley H-beam rods and Arias pistons. The compression should be right around, I believe, 10 to 1. For the cylinder head, I sent it off to California to get it ported and polished. It has SuperTech valve train in it. The actual valves itself are Farah 6000 series valves, and then it has sprung to Pro 1 cams in it as well. Stock cam gears, which I would like to change up for the next year as well. Clutch wise, it's got my old clutch that I had in it before, and I'm not sure what brand it is. It's a 6-buck and it's an unsprung clutch. Took a lot of abuse, and you can definitely tell that the clutch took some abuse. So that, I believe, will need to be changed as well. Charge piping, all of that stays the same. Intercooler is the same. Let's see, catch can, I did switch that out. Not a big deal there.
Transmission?
Transmission, that's right. It is a Type R trans now. I did have a GSR trans. I sent it off, got it built. Like, it was, I spent quite a bit of money on that one. It was, I think it cost me about $1,400. It had like an $800 LSD and everything like that. In between one of the winters, I was really contemplating on selling the car. So one of my buddies, he has an Integra as well, and we ended up trading transmissions plus some cash and stuff like that. So I have a bone stock Type R trans in this, no idea what the LSD and stuff like that is going to be rated to. I'm already having kind of iffy situations with it, so maybe, like, we'll see where this goes. If nothing changes, I'll rock this one, but there might be a slight possibility that we might be able to get that other trans back. But
Also, new turbo?
yes, so it doesn't have a manifold on it right now. I had one on there. I was gonna go put my gate on, and I upgraded that from a Turbo Smart 38mm wastegate to a Tile 44. So I had to have my buddy cut the flange, re-weld another one on, and it was angled down a little bit, so the gate is physically bigger, and it wouldn't fit onto my whole set turbo. So like I would try to put the gate on, and it would hit the turbo. So I was like, well, either we have to recut it, re-weld everything up, or I had a Precision 6262 laying around, and I was like, hey, might as well just go with this turbo. So like, we unbolted everything, and it was a perfect match. So like, the gate fit on there perfect with the 6262. So I was like, hey, why not, you know? So we ended up going with that. And I am waiting on some parts from Precision right now. Overnighted it. Hopefully, really hoping it comes tomorrow so we can get that finished up. And I should be able to get that on the car right away too. For fuel system, it has a Walro 450 intake fuel pump. Stock lines, that might change between now and, you know, summertime. I do have a dash 8 feed line and a dual pump hanger that I might put to use, and a dash 6 return, I believe. So I might put that to use. And it has Bosch 2200s in it, so a lot of fuel. Shouldn't have any issues with injectors. And they're, I believe, the high impedance injectors, so those should do pretty well. Another thing that I want to upgrade to is the intake manifold. They say I have the Sung 2 Pro intake manifold. I'm not sure what the efficient rating is or what people push them to. I've seen them on a lot of builds, but I really like the Ultra series, so I might try to get one of those for the car. So we'll see what I'm going to do there.
So what's left to do until the car is running?
Everything. So I gotta get the manifold done. Once that's on, connect the downpipe, and basically it's just all the wiring. And I do have to wire in the injectors and like oil temp sensor and stuff like that. So, and I do have to put axles and the one tire back on. So,
All right.
very, very close.
Okay. All right. I'll let Thomas show you the interior too, so we'll cut to that.
Alrighty, guys. So these are my original wheels and tires. See, like tread wear wise, they're not bad at all, but it doesn't hook at all whatsoever. And here's the back tires. Visual appearance of the car, nothing really has changed. I do have a front splitter for it, but I don't know if I'm going to use that one yet. Another thing that I did change is the brakes. I got whole new Willwood 4-piston brakes on the front and different brake pads on the back. And I did go with slotted and drilled rotors too. These ones are kind of nice. They're like the black version from Willwood. I believe they don't rust up as much, so that's really nice. And then those are the coilovers that I got in there. Another big change that I did, I had Type R or USDM Type R seats in it. I did upgrade to Corbu seats. Let's get this wrapper out of here. I didn't have rear seats in it right away anyway. So those are the seats right there. Terrible angle that I'm working with here. And then a quick release steering wheel there too. So we got that going. And that's kind of what the seat looks like, and the harnesses as well.
And then I got a harness bar from my buddy Jesse. Other than that, interior wise, kind of stayed the same. Let's see if I can pop this. Whoa. I did get a pointless X bar in there too. It was kind of an impulse buy. You really don't. I'll have to do some more research on it, but basically it like stiffens up the chassis, what it's there for. So one of the biggest pet peeves of this car, it basically every time I want to open the trunk, I have to unlock it and pull up. There's no trunk mechanism in here, so be right back. Alright, so this is the X bar that I was talking about. It's supposed to attach to the 4 weakest points on the chassis and stiffen everything up. I mainly bought it just because it looks cool. Not really a roll cage, which I don't ever plan on running. Well, it'd be cool to run 9s or something like that, but I don't think this car, it basically would need quite a bit to run those 9s and stuff like that. So I don't think a roll cage is in the books anytime soon. And then trunk wise, it kind of looks the same as before. I don't know if you ever saw it before. I did make a little battery tie down for it. So we made that. Let's see. Other than that, rear end looks the same. We'll go back up to the front here. And once the car is running, we'll pull it into the middle and give you a little bit better angle at everything too. But this is the engine bay. I also did paint and shave the engine bay. Not the greatest job. We did it in about a week, which I would recommend not doing that. Definitely take your time and get everything done. There's a lot of little spots that, a lot of imperfections in this engine bay, which, I mean, I'm not the pickiest guy, but not looking back, I do wish I did take my time. But anyway, we got some of the engine bay right here. So the new catch can back there. And this is the intake manifold that I might switch out. But other than that, that's basically it.
Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And if you have any specific questions about the car, about the build, just put it in the comments and either Thomas or I will answer the question. And hopefully we'll get the car done this year, and stay tuned for more.